All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Man, it's good to be home. It's good to be back in Pittsburgh here. I'm in my home office this morning. And this morning, we're going to talk about why it's so important, why you have to silence the doubt. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Good morning to you, Carla. Good to see you again. For some reason, I don't see anything really on my screen. I can only see it here on my phone. So we will have to bear with that as we get rolling here. But any rate, the reason that I wanted to jump on here this morning is because I had a lot of thoughts about people that I've talked to over the last couple of days and interactions that I've had. And there was so many times that I recognized like just that sliver of doubt that somebody has, right? And how overcoming that doubt, converts that doubt to confidence, and then the absolute just shift that happens when that takes place. When people are able to overcome everything that they were doubting before. Man, is it a powerful, powerful thing to watch happen. So I wanted to share that with you guys this morning. I wanted to share some of my thoughts. There's a couple different types of doubt. There's actually plenty, but we're going to cover a couple of them here this morning. You've got your own doubt, right? The doubts that are in your head that have been placed there for a long, long time, right? Just things that you might have learned, you might have been told over the years. People might have made you fearful for some reason throughout your life. As you were growing up, people telling you not to do something, that if you did that, it would turn out bad. There's a lot of that. So your own doubt is one piece of it. The doubt that other people create for you, that could be from you growing up. It could be from a conversation that you have. You tell somebody an idea that you have of what you'd actually like to do, and those people kind of place that doubt in your mind, right? Where they can't see you succeeding, or it makes them nervous, so they communicate that to you and they plant that seed of doubt in your mind. So the doubt that other people create for you can be very, very dangerous. I have seen that so many times. It's happened to me in my own life. People that genuinely care about me, who have told me not to do certain things. I was told not to open my business by many people. Not to pursue what I wanted to pursue because it was too risky. I had children. What if it didn't work? What if, there was a million things that were told to me throughout that process. And so, I think it's really, really important for us to recognize those doubts that are kind of placed around us. I want to say good morning to some folks. Good morning, Tammy. Thank you. It's good to be back. Trisha, good morning to you. Weldon Whitehurst, good morning, man. Ryan Austin, Mark Forelli, my wife's on here, and Carla, as usual. Thank you guys for being here. So I wanted to kind of divide it up into the doubt that you have and how this applies in every single aspect of your life. So the doubt in your personal life could be doubt in yourself. It could be doubt in the relationships that you have. It could be, just doubting yourself personally. Like, am I good enough? Am I deserving of the things that are coming my way? Am I supposed to have this relationship or this success or this thing in my life that I've always wanted? Am I good enough to have it? That is personal doubt, right? It's the doubt that you have in your personal life. And by the way, guys, don't feel like you are abnormal if you're sitting there shaking your head. Yes, every single person has these doubts. And if they tell you they don't, they are probably not telling you the truth. And then the doubts in your professional life, those things that You want to go from here to here in business, or you want to go after a new job, or you want to go after a new position at a different company, maybe doing the same thing, but you want to switch companies. You're a little nervous to do that. Doubt is the thing that destroys more dreams than any other thing that I can think of. And when you are able to recognize you doubting yourself in some way, or other people who are casting doubt on you or at you, you're able to manage that. You're able to recognize it for what it actually is, which is nothing more than just a made up concern that is not yet real. There is no real concern to why you haven't done something that you haven't done yet, right? You haven't actually done it. So why would there be a real concern? Obviously, we all recognize the things that are actually dangerous, but most of the things that we create are actually excuses that come from that place of doubt. And usually that comes from a combination of ourselves and the people around us, and those people that they might say one little thing to you that might just stop you in your tracks and stop you from making a decision that could really change your life, right? It could put you in the position that you've always wanted to be in. And so I want you guys to think about that this morning. And so how do you silence that doubt? I think that the number one thing is you have to work at developing a level of confidence and a level of self-reflection, a level of self-observation to recognize when these doubts are starting to happen. It's a pattern that you can recognize in the people that you spend the most time with. Like, I could recognize that in my wife. I could recognize when she starts to doubt something or question, something that's going on. Am I supposed to be doing this, or am I good enough to do whatever it is? I could recognize those things because we spend so much time together. I can predict those passions that she has. And then when the doubts are starting to come in, man, is this going to work? Is this, am I supposed to be doing this or not? But just making sure that you have the right frame of mind to recognize those things. And hopefully you have people around you that will also help you recognize those things. The next thing on my list, Mark Forelli beat me to it. The way that you defeat doubt is by taking action. It's not by sitting and thinking about it. The longer that you think about it, the more that doubt will creep in. There's a million reasons why you shouldn't do every single thing that people do that make them happy, that make them successful, there's a million reasons why something that ends up in a positive could be a bad thing, right? There's a million reasons why you shouldn't. There's also a million reasons, or maybe more, of why you should. And so when you live your life constantly in a state of doubt, constantly in that state of fear, it's because you don't take action fast enough, and you're not taking action at the right level. Think about that. Have you ever sat there and had a really great idea, and by the end of the conversation you have with yourself, you doubt whether or not it was actually a great idea in the first place? It's happened to me a million times, right? And so I've learned to recognize those things. And I've really learned to manage this by the ways I just described, but also by just kind of putting myself in a place of certainty, right? By working every day to build up that self-confidence, that certainty that you have in your life, so that these little things, that people say, they don't really bother you. One of the rules that I live by religiously is that I refuse to take advice or listen to someone's opinion that I would not switch places with on that particular topic, whether it's fitness, finance, business, whatever it is. I will not take advice from somebody that I wouldn't switch places with, because everyone is going to have an opinion. A lot of people are going to be willing to offer that opinion to you. That opinion is not necessarily valuable. Just because somebody says something, it doesn't make it valuable. Because I tell you something here doesn't make it valuable. You have to believe that yourself. You have to trust in the advice that you're getting based on the things that you see. You can't just take advice from any random person that you meet on social media. There's a lot of people out there that haven't done a thing in their life that are very quick to offer you guidance. It's amazing to me. There are people that I know personally that have had very bad things happen in areas of their life, and they will give advice to other people on how to handle those areas of their life. So remember that those people who are planting the doubt, they are not always qualified to be planting. So keep that in mind. But remember, you're going to have doubt in every area of your life. Sometimes it's going to be your own personal doubt that you have carried with you for a long time. Sometimes it's going to be the doubt that other people create for you. Sometimes you're going to doubt yourself in your personal life, and sometimes it's going to be professional. Sometimes it's a combination of those. But if you can recognize that, and you can take massive action, and you can start to develop your self-confidence, your self-discipline, you absolutely have control of everything that I'm telling you. This is what people don't understand, is that those things in your mind come from somewhere. Those voices in your head that tell you certain things, they come from somewhere. They come from you having empty space on your calendar. They come from the failures that you've had before and thinking about those too much, not just taking the lessons and move on. They come from somewhere. The same way that you can allow those thoughts to live, you can plant new ones. And you do that by every single day working on those thoughts that you have, working on your self-confidence. How do you increase your self-confidence? By keeping the promises that you make to yourself, by doing the things that you haven't done in the past, that you said you were going to do. When you do those things, you become this much prouder of yourself, or this much prouder of yourself. And when you do that over a long period of time, you're going to absolutely transform your life. And those doubts, they don't go away, but they get less powerful, and they stick around for a lot less time. And once you are able to recognize and control those doubts in your life, man, you can do anything. You can go get that new job. You can find the person that you always wanted to marry. You can, have the friend that you always wanted to have that you were maybe afraid to talk to, or afraid, maybe an old friend that you haven't picked up the phone to talk to. You can do anything you want. It's doubt that stops you in a lot of cases. And that is, I see so many people get locked up, their dreams and their goals in their life and where they're trying to go get locked up. And sometimes it's just from one simple conversation of somebody that doesn't have your best interest in mind telling you something, and it'll really mess somebody up, man. And so you have to get strong enough to be able to recognize that, so that when that happens to you, you know exactly what it is. You take that in, you throw it away, you put it in the trash where it belongs, and you move on about your day. So I hope this message was helpful, guys. It is, man, it's great to be back in Pittsburgh. It was an incredible 3 days on the road for me. I left Monday morning. I came back last night, super late, almost midnight, got to the house. And man, it was just a blessing, man, being down in South Texas, hanging out with Carla and her team at D&J. Had a meeting with a customer on Monday that was just awesome. Just such a valuable relationship that we have. Again, last night had another dinner meeting in Atlanta on my way home. And man, I just count my blessings, man. I look around, and there's so many great things happening around me. There's so many great things happening to all of you guys. And it just continues, right? It just compounds on itself. And I feel so blessed, man. I'm so grateful for you guys to be here every single morning, spending time with me. I hope these messages help you. If they do, please share this out, share it to a friend, share the stream, share the podcast episode. You can easily share it from any of the platforms and make it super easy to you. You can send them a DM, shoot them a text message with the link, and just tell them, hey, man, I think this would be good for you to listen to. And so tomorrow we have a very special gift for you guys. I've got a very, very dear friend of mine, a guy that, man, just means a lot to my life. He's you'll meet him tomorrow morning, but he's a good soul, very successful entrepreneur, one of my Arete Syndicate brothers. This guy, just to give you a little background, I don't want to tell you too much, but this guy I walked into the first Arte Syndicate event with a buddy of mine, and I was a guest. I wasn't even in Arte yet. I was just there as a guest. This guy walks up to me, shakes my hand, so excited to see me and meet me. And he literally, man, walked me around the entire room and introduced me to what ended up being every single person that spoke on the stage that day at that event. And he's just such, you guys will see, man, he's such a good soul, man. He's such a good person. Every time I talk to him, man, I feel like I get just charged up, no matter how bad of a day I'm having or how rough the week was. Chris Saunders always has the ability to just lift you up, man, and fill you up. And so I'm excited to share him with you guys tomorrow morning. We're going to talk business. We're going to talk how he built his business, and just the background, his mindset, with some of the things that he's been through, the challenges, the adversity. And I'm telling you, man, this is one that you absolutely do not want to miss. This guy is a special person, man. And I'm grateful that he's willing to do this, and I'm grateful that he's giving me the opportunity to share his story with you guys. So tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Don't miss it, man. I'm telling you, this guy, you're gonna walk away tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday, December 11th, will be a good day for all of you guys, because you're gonna walk away from this show charged up, man, ready to just crush the day. Have a great weekend with your family. Every aspect of your life will get better from listening to Chris Saunders. I promise you. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.